It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Hunter Wildlife Rescue volunteers are calling for tighter controls over access to Morisset Psychiatric Hospital after a kangaroo was shot with a hunting arrow at the weekend. Staff at the hospital found the young male with an arrow in its abdomen on Sunday afternoon. It's the second time in 2 years the hospital's kangaroo population has come under attack. Sergeant Justin Hirano says sadly the animal had to be put down.
Police from Lake Macquarie Local Area Command attended and unfortunately had to euthanize the animal. Officers are investigating the incident and are appealing for anyone with information about how the kangaroo came to be injured to come forward and contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.
A 14-year-old boy has suffered serious injuries in a dirt bike accident near Morisset. He crashed into a pole while riding on a property at Mandalong yesterday and was airlifted to the John Hunter Hospital suffering from internal injuries and serious leg fractures. It's the second serious dirt bike accident at the Hunter over the long weekend. A 40-year-old man suffered head injuries after crashing his bike at Milberdale. Lake Macquarie Council will tonight consider plans for a mobile phone tower at Gateshead. The proposed 47-metre tower on Bulls Garden Road has residents up in arms. They're worried about the tower's impact on their health and the value of their properties. Meanwhile, Caves Beach residents are fighting to stop a Telstra mobile phone tower from being built in Scenic Drive. There were fears the Hunters Way Back Support Service, which specialises in supporting people following a suicide attempt, would cease operating at the end of the year, but the state government has quashed those fears. $750,000 will be granted to Hunter Primary Care to continue the service, which receives almost 50 new referrals a month. Minister for Mental Health, Tanya Davies, says the success of the program prompted the government to step in.
The trial has been funded largely by Beyond Blue, and this injection of funds from the New South Wales government will see that trial continue on. It's $750,000 for the next 4 years, and that trial will not only just help those people initially, but will also be a way of testing this model.
Hunter councils will receive a $24 million grant from the federal government to improve local services and infrastructure, as well as investing in environmental programs. Lake Macquarie and Newcastle councils will receive the highest amounts in the grant, while Cessnock and Port Stephens will receive the least. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott MacDonald, says councils can start using the grant money straight away.
They don't have to spend it straight away. They can put it and they can leverage it up towards the larger projects. So they've got a bit of flexibility how they use it, but it will be monitored and it will be looked at by state government and, of course, the federal government as well. There's never enough money for roads, but this will go some way towards catching up.
And despite the recent wet weather, work on the Newcastle interchange at Wickham is still on schedule. Painters, plasterers, tilers and paving contractors are busy putting the final touches to the new transport hub. Trains from Sydney will start using the interchange from October.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
Newcastle Knights star Dane Gagai has been spared the axe from Queensland Origin coach Kevin Walters, with the Maroons making 7 changes to their side. It's reported the South Sydney-bound speedster was in the firing line for poor defensive reads in Game 1, but has retained his spot. Potential Knights marquee Aidan Guerra wasn't so lucky, with the forward losing his spot from the bench. Hunter golfer Nick Flanagan has qualified for this week's US Open after nailing 2 qualifying rounds to book a spot. The 33-year-old first competed at the event as a teenager back in 2004, but a long injury layoff has seen him miss more than he's played. Flanagan says his body has slowly recovered and he's ready to again take on the big stage. And Broadmeadow horse trainer Jason Deemer will be hoping for a winning return for his filly No Effort Needed when it returns to the track at Cessnock today. The 3-year-old won its first 2 starts, but a second placing last weekend from a wide barrier halted that run. Deemer says despite the quick backup, his prize chance would be hard to beat. And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 22, 28, 5, 44, 38 and 34, and the supplementaries are 15 and 24. 2NURFM News Time, 26 to 9.